Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is the sequel to the much beloved and extremely fun Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse from 2018. This was once again written by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, aka Lord and Miller, and co-written by David Callahan. The film was directed by Joaquin Dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin K. Thompson. Miles Morales catapults across the multiverse as another name, the Spider-Verse, where he encounters a team of spider people charged with protecting its very existence. When the heroes clash on how to handle a new threat, Miles must redefine what it means to be a hero. Now with Into the Spider-Verse, I did not expect that film to be an experience to remember, like I'm sure many others felt the same. I remember seeing the trailer and thinking, yeah, I'll go check it out, with no hype feels, and after seeing the film, I absolutely loved it. It was full of passion, creativity, and of course fun. Regarding Across the Spider-Verse, I had the exact same feelings before seeing the film, watching all the trailers and thinking, yeah, I'll go see it, with no hype feels once again, and it was even not one of my anticipated films of 2023. Now that I have seen this sequel, I'm happy to report that Across the Spider-Verse is an extraordinary film, and I loved everything about it. Starting with the animation, it is a beautiful looking film. The character designs, locations, and the Spider-Verse and Spider Society itself are all breathtaking to watch. From a visual and even storytelling point of view, it shows that the makers once again wanted to create something special and different for the Spider-Man franchise and of course the fans, showing that there are no rules from the unlimited amount of creative freedom that the animation storytelling can provide. In addition to the animation, I thought the cinematography was jaw-dropping, and every shot in this film can be seen as a painting or either a picture that you might want to put on your wall at your house. Regarding the plot of Across the Spider-Verse, they do show something different and try not to get overconfident about having to make everything bigger and better, which I appreciated. Now of course the multiverse slash Spider-Verse is used for the plot of this film, and to be honest with you, I thought they did a great job of showing and using it as a purpose. And not just using it or throwing in a bunch of Easter eggs and references. Now trust me, there are quite a few Spider-Man Easter eggs in here, but they're all pretty relevant to the plot. But what was good though was nothing felt confusing or messy from the use of the Spider-Verse. The film is very self-aware of being specific and focused and showing the concerning consequences the Spider-Verse could lead to if, for example, Miles would make a change from another universe. Speaking of our main character in Across the Spider-Verse, I thought Miles Morales in this film was shown much more about the understandable and common problems of being Spider-Man and struggling to tell his parents who he identifies as, which was captured really well. The same with Gwen Stacy, who has the same struggles with her father of who she identifies as. By the way, I thought at the start of the film seeing Gwen going through those struggles really kicks off this film's main theme about identity at a strong start. Bringing together both Gwen and Miles together with their familiar problems makes their chemistry much more stronger in this film. I really liked the new characters in Across the Spider-Verse, and just to name a couple who would be Miguel O'Hara and Hobie Brown. To be more specific, just like the previous film, I thought this film did a great job at showing the fast and tight but neat and basic backgrounds of the new characters. And again, this film being self-aware of not showing too much information and exposition. By the way, the pacing of this film is really fast, but considering the film is over 140 minutes, it does fly by. And there may be moments when you might miss something on the big screen from the presentation, but I was absolutely fine with this film's pacing because just like the film itself, I was having the exact same positive energy. Now regarding Across the Spider-Verse's villain being the Spot, I thought he was set up and executed really well. Now with the Spot, at the beginning of the film, he comes across as someone who is very goofy and clumsy, and he wants to be taken seriously by Miles Morales and the people of New York. But as the film goes on, the Spot's presence becomes much more concerning and threatening from his motivations and powers, which I didn't expect. Which I found interesting because as someone who has never read a superhero comic book before, I've seen the Spot before in the 1994 Spider-Man animated series. But in this one episode of the 1994 animated series, he once again comes across as pretty goofy and you can't really take him seriously. However, what you don't expect is his powers do cause serious change in the series, as well for Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Mary Jane, and even some of the other villains in the show. So from already knowing who the Spot is and what he is capable of, it shows to never judge a book by its cover for a silly looking villain, but also how unexpected and unpredictable a minor threat and villain could become severe. In addition, just like in Across the Spider-Verse, his powers do also cause very concerning changes for Miles. So if you don't know who the Spot is as a villain, I reckon you'll be surprised of where the character leads to. Across the Spider-Verse had excellent voice casting and acting, with both Shamik Moore as Miles Morales and Haley Steinfeld as Gwen Stacy returning, Brian Tyree Henry and Luna Lauren Velez as Miles' parents, as well as Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker, Oscar Isaac as Miguel O'Hara, Daniel Kaluuya as Hobie Brown, and Jason Schwartzman as the Spot. There are of course many more names that I could mention, but I think we'll be here for the whole day. Now with the ending of Across the Spider-Verse, without spoiling, even though quite a few people have probably already seen this film, I do think some people will feel a bit anticlimactic at the end of this film because it doesn't really have a big action finale, just like the previous film did. So while I feel that some viewers may not feel complete happiness inside them, I do think at the same time there will be a feeling of excitement for Beyond the Spider-Verse, which I am very excited for. I honestly do not have that many issues with this film. I think a minor issue would be I wanted a bit more from Jake Johnson's Peter B. Parker, but I do reckon he'll be used and of course seen more in Beyond the Spider-Verse for definite. In the end, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was an extraordinary film. I honestly love this just as the same with Into the Spider-Verse. Great plot, animation, action, character dynamics and chemistry, and it's a style in filmmaking I want more from the superhero genre. Based on my Letterboxd rating, I'm going to give Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse a 5-star out of 5. Thank you so much for watching, and look out for more videos coming your way.